Mexico earthquake. Death toll rises as rescue effort begins. The number of people killed by a powerful earthquake off the southern coast of Mexico has risen to at least 61, officials say. A huge rescue operation is underway in the worst-hit states of Tabasco, Oaxaca, and Chiapas, where people are felt trapped under rubble. President Enrique Pena Nieto says at least 200 people have been injured. The 8.1 magnitude quake, which hit late on Tuesday, was the strongest to hit the region in a century. President Pena Nieto has declared a day of mourning, saying flags would fly at half-mast out of respect for the dead and bereaved. The president said 45 deaths had been reported in Oaxaca, 12 in Chiapas, and 4 in Tabasco. One of the worst-hit towns was Zuchitan in Oaxaca, where at least 17 deaths have been reported. The town hall and a number of other buildings were destroyed or badly damaged. The situation is Zuchitan is critical. This is the most terrible moment in its history, said Major Gloria Sanchez. President Pena Nieto visited the town on Friday. The BBC's Arturo Wallace says the affected region is the poorest and least developed part of Mexico, and the full extent of the damage is yet to become clear. At least one other person was killed in Guatemala, its president has said. The huge quake struck at 23:50 local time on Tuesday, shaking buildings and causing panic hundreds of miles away in the capital Mexico City. It also triggered a tsunami warning and the evacuation of thousands of people in coastal communities in Chiapas. The warning was later lifted. Throughout Friday, the region was shaken with scores of aftershocks. President Pena Nieto's office said he would travel to Chiapas to survey the damage. Pope Francis, addressing an open-air mass on a visit to Colombia, said he was praying for those who have lost their lives and their families. The earthquake was more powerful than the 1985 tremor that hit close to Mexico City and caused thousands of deaths. Correspondents say the death toll appears to have been lower because it struck less populated area. Journalist Franz Contreras, who was in Mexico City, told the BBC, "You could hear loud cracks in the concrete. It sounds like a giant wooden branch being just broken open violently." People were streaming out of the hallways, and everybody walking out single file into the streets trying to avoid overheat power lines. The quake struck as Mexico faced the threat of Hurricane Irma on its eastern coast. The Category 1 hurricane is southeast of Tampico and has sustained winds of 140 km per hour, the U.S. National Hurricane Center says. Inevitable tremors. Jonathan Amos, BBC science correspondent. This is the biggest quake experienced anywhere in 2017. Going on the statistics, you would expect at least one magnitude 8 to occur somewhere on the planet each year. It occurred where the Pacific Ocean floor is drowned under Mexico and Guatemala. A great slab of rock, known as the Cocos tectonic plate, is driving towards the coast at the rate of 75 mm per year. As it rolls downwards into the Earth's interior, about 200 km offshore, large tremors are the inevitable outcome. There have been 3 magnitude 7s in 2017, with a 7.9 recorded deep under Papua New Guinea back in January. This latest event, being in 8.2, is nearly 3 times as energetic. That tells you something about how the magnitude scale works. Fortunately, this event was deep too. The rupture, which will have reached across more than 100 km on a fault line, was down at 70 km. That will have limited some of the shaking, but as we've seen, there is still extensive damage.
Wow.